Hey, hi guys, how's it hanging? How is it going? Welcome to another content creator interview with Crushing the Meta. My name is JJ, and I'm joined with the awesome
RideMyAvatar, bringing you some amazing Vanguard Zero content and some Digimon surprisingly in the sides.
Yes, exactly. So you've actually been working on a whole lot of Digimon recently, but right now we're going to be talking about that a little bit later. How you transitioned into it later, but first we're gonna focus a little bit on Vanguard. So what was like for you getting into Vanguard? What inspired you to get into it?
Originally it was with me and my friend. Both were trying Y Swartz,
Mm-hmm.
and then we found out about Vanguard because Y Swartz wasn't popular enough. But then we found Vanguard through our local store, picked up some trial decks, played it out. I've been a fan ever since. It took me a little bit. I started out with the Revenger trial deck
Mm-hmm.
back. I'm kind of late to Vanguard because right around then it was the end of Legion. So when I started, so I didn't even get to dive into Legion. I started building like Prism Bermuda, like my first deck, and then it just spiraled from there. You know, money after money, investments.
Okay, so you took part a little bit just at the end on the cusp of the Legion era, going into the G era, playing some of that format, and you've also played a bit of Standard too, I guess, right? Or no?
Yes. I play Standard as of now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, it's fun, but again, it's getting extreme at the moment.
A lot of the cards' effects and skills and powers are a little bit free in comparison to how it used to be back in the day. Counterblast 2 Superior Call a card in comparison
Or
to. Mm-hmm.
Counterblast 3. Remember, Alfred was a 3 counterblast to call something, and it wasn't that impressive.
Exactly. So no extra power bonus on rear guard, just only Vanguard oriented skills. But nowadays it's like Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1,
Call board.
Call Aboard, Chain itself. Oh, if you have the same name as a Vanguard, you do some extra stuff too as well.
Or you have a free grade 3 in Soul because your deck just puts one there and says, "Hi, guys, now I'm active. Let's go."
Exactly. The rest of my skills now currently active and stuff. But
Unless you're Tachikaze.
you were talking a little bit about your local store and stuff that you and your boys got kind of interested in Y Shorts. Did you happen to play any other Bushy Road inspired games or any other Bushy Road inspired card games, anything like that?
I played Luck and Logic, and that was a train wreck.
Ah, oof.
And then I played their board game, card game deck builder. They tried that weird one. I forget what its name was.
I thought it was Ascension, Avion, or I think
Yeah, Avion Ascension, or yeah, it was something weird like that. It was just it only survived like 2 sets, and they just like took it and went like, "This is going in the fire. We're not going to talk about this."
Okay, so you stuck with Vanguard through thick and thin so far till now, even in playing Vanguard Zero. So what inspired you to want to do Cardfight Vanguard content? Actually, what made you want to do that?
So I started out my channel with deck matches and stuff like that, going to my locals because no one else was really doing it at the time, except the occasional Living Proofs jump in and he brought his stuff, and then but outside of that, it was really just me trying to get content out. Like, I just felt like I could provide, but it didn't really click right away with Vanguard itself because, again, taking on where everybody would hunt down information from like DifferentFight or Vanguard Insider and stuff like that, you're fighting with that information, and I just couldn't keep up with them because my work schedule, even now, the information release, they're ahead of me by 2 to 3 hours. I'm like, I can't get there.
So you name dropped a lot of content creators and stuff. Did like any content creator, even them, you could have mentioned as well, did it inspire you, and like how and why did they inspire you?
Surprisingly, it wasn't the Zero content creators. I mean, the Vanguard content creators that inspired my style a bit. It's more on the YouTubers side, like Team Samurai and stuff like that. Just everybody like that. I'm like very interested in their work because there's some content I'm gonna try to bring over to Vanguard Zero hopefully one day once I can get the proper setup. But again, that's time and a lot of effort that I'm trying to get there with.
Okay. Do you feel that you've made a lot of progress so far from since you've started content creation till now? Because right now, congratulations, by the way, you have over 1,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. So that
Oh, I know, right?
that is super, super dope. But do you feel that you've gotten to a point that you're very comfortable with your content now, or do you feel you really need to progress more?
I feel confident into a stand, but again, with anything, you can still stand to improve and get better with. There isn't much that you can't. You know what I mean? Like improvement, you plateau once you stop thinking you can't improve. And I think I can keep improving and going the extra mile. Again, I don't want to be stagnant and you're just going to come to the same style.
Okay. So. I'll always working on cinematography, always learning some new tricks and tips and stuff for content creation and stuff. So, like, do you oftentimes edit your own videos, or did you have somebody else help you out with that?
I edit my own videos even now. Like, I wish one day that the content I can give could be 10 times better, and I know that a lot of people, there are better people that can do it. I can get the basics down and edit, but I know for a fact my videos could be 100 times better. But until I can make a revenue where I can pay somebody to help me go the extra mile, I don't want to dive into minusing before, getting the plus.
Yeah, exactly. So he's spoken like a true card gamer. He doesn't want to minus yet. Field investment and board investment is too steep for now. Paying an extra counterblast is a little too taxing. All right, I got you. I see it. I see it. So you did talk about like having your friends play Vanguard with you. Do they still keep on playing? Actually, what's up with them?
Sadly, they have kind of tapered off and haven't played ever since. Like, it's kind of sad. A lot of my friends that originally started with me, they just moved on to different card games. One moved to Magic, one just stopped playing card games in general. So it's kind of sad to see that, but it happens.
But do you still keep in contact with them, or?
Yeah, I do. Just, again, we tapered off and we don't play much card games because life gets busy.
True. And talking about life, do you happen to have like something that you do outside of Vanguard at all, or is it just been mostly focused on content?
Content, playing card games. I have a wife at home, so again, I have to micromanage time to be able to do my content and give her enough time without making her feel like this is 100% what I want to focus on. But again, until this is a paycheck, I can't 100% focus this.
Fair enough. And then about streaming now, right? Like we've talked a little bit about YouTube, that you want to have your YouTube channel kind of fill the same vein that YouTubing fills for card games in general. So you want to bring that to Vanguard and to other anime inspired card games. Like, what inspired you to want to start streaming now? Then what got you into it?
Thank COVID for that. I'm sorry, but that's kind of what happened. It's just weird because the fact is COVID literally gave me the option of being able to live stream, and then Zero gave the foot door in. I'm still recovering from the amount of stuff I had to invest to get up to date, but again, it's slowly getting there, and I'm trying to bring stuff to the table.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So the current pandemic has created a situation, I think, for a whole lot of creators as well, where a lot of people are at home. They're currently trying to find something to do, find something to watch, and content creation is starting to be on the rise with esports and everything around, like remote fighting, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried any of it, actually? Remote fighting?
What? Yeah, I have actually. I started with Digimon. I've done a few episodes with Vanguard and everything like that, and I'm kind of it, especially when Zero kind of started getting the what is it called? You kind of just get burnt out from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, Zero is definitely a different entity, and until recently, it was getting really stale. Decks weren't playing how you wanted them, and then it was still struggling.
Yep. Are there any changes in Vanguard Zero so far that right now that you're probably looking at? Of course, with
the godsend, we have the godsend of fixed hands.
Fix rights, fix hands. Anything else?
I'm excited that finally they're giving at least a one-time deal at the 1-year anniversary. That made me really happy. Was that it gave a lot of people that are coming into the game that wants to play the event clans another shot at least pulling them from packs. So hey, here's your chance, guys. Make sure you save it up in April, guys. If you want to play them, be ready.
That's true. And another thing is that, and actually that's a very good segue into this. So for you awesome people at home, Mr. RideMyAvatar over here is going to be giving away one of his favorite cards that he loves so very much for our content creation giveaway. So you have your favorite content creators who are giving away some of their favorite cards to you awesome people at home. All you need to do in the comment section below is comment your favorite clan and your favorite card, and you have a chance to enter and win one of them. So Kyle, what's your favorite one? What's your favorite card and clan?
Well, if everybody hasn't really noticed before, but you know, here's my baby.
The Tiger Boy. Tiger Boy.
Yeah, Tiger Boy. The Tiger Boy. You cannot say Fang is like second jet anymore. Like, he's still beautiful. He's perfect. He still rushes. He makes people sad when you crit them to death.
True. That is indeed a thing. But the thing is though, in terms of, you know, you've been playing him a lot in standard, but have you been playing any of the other formats like premium or between the two? Which one have you been enjoying some?
I play premium. Like, premium is my favorite format because I did love G. I personally love G. Like, I got my invite through what was it? ARG, through with what would be Gear Chronicles, what was it? Zodiac Time Beast. Because to me, ZTB was one of those things. I like decks that completely are one archetypal facts into them, and they're all just straight archetyped. Because to me, especially with Zodiacs or Astrology, I love that concept in life. So again, it's very much invigorating to be able to play it and enjoy it.
So you believe in like your signs and stuff like that, or do you believe more or less like maybe the little dipper sort of thing? I mean, because there's a difference between astrology and astronomy, so so
Astrology, your zodiac, your astrology signs. Like, I'm an Aquarius, so again, it comes with my demeanor and everything like that. It's always fun to read it. Sometimes it is a lot of hoopla when you read into it, and it's like, this is vague. It's like the big book of medical.
Fair enough. But then, do you happen to have any other hobbies then? Because I did ask you a tiny bit, I said now we're going to be talking a little bit about that Digimon that you're starting to make some content for. You've been a Digidestined for over most of your life right now.
Yeah. Since when they first aired it on on the what was it, 4Kids?
It's 4Kids.
But yeah, 4Kids. So the English terrible dub that it is, but it's adorable.
Okay.
Like,
how have you been enjoying that card game so far? What are some of the cool things you've liked about it?
Oh, it's just again, it's really healthy right now, and don't get me wrong, a lot of card games are when they first come into play. So, but again, with that, they could either go this way or that way. And it's like really troubling to tell is that we are needing certain aspects of it. Like, I'm nervous because, again, a card game can die or stand in their early formats, and they can just not do what you want them to do. And again, I love this card game. It reminds me of Duel Master / Kaijudo mixed with all these other fun, exciting stuff. Like, it's what they did right.
Okay. So let's factor into this then. What was the naming choice? Like, I mean, like, of course, I guess you probably named your channel after that, but then why not the avatar yourself, but I mean, like, why did you choose RideMyAvatar as your name?
Well, I gotta say, it was kind of like a meme session with me and my friends, because I would just go, like, it was fun little things, and weird, I don't know, it's, what was it, what did we do? Like, we would play and joke around and stuff like that, do anime style like jokes and stuff like that, and it's like, ride my avatar, go, and just thought it was conventionally funny and everything like that.
Okay, so it's a phrase and name that kind of stuck with you for a bit. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So then, like, of course, we talked a lot about well, not a lot about your friends, but I mean, like, 2-3 questions we talked about your friends and stuff. But, like, what's the local scene like? Because you did name drop Living Proof there, so I guess both of you live closer together. And for most of you awesome people at home, Kyle is also from the US as well, just as Living Proof is too. So, have you seen some of the differences between the EU, JP, and NA scenes in terms of Vanguard? Did you happen to look into it a little bit, or is that not really your thing?
I haven't dived into JP. I've looked at the EU's like kind of marketing team and stuff like that. Looked at them. They're a little more open with their content creators and stuff like that, which is probably not a lack of trying on our end. But again, I feel like that Vanguard should be universal. Everybody gets a fair share at showing something off. Like, I love that when the COVID started, they had content creators from EU show off all the nice fancy new premium cards and stuff like that. I think they should dive more into that and spread it worldwide. Everybody gets a card to show off, might not be a way for them to connect and everything like that, instead of having these random popular YouTube streamers / YouTubers come dive in and go like, hey, we're gonna play this game once and then take the check and never touch the game ever again.
So what RideMyAvatar is talking about, I guess, is just the other content creators that oftentimes
advertise the game.
Advertise? Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to find a different way of saying it. That sometimes endorse the game. Thank you. That sometimes endorse the game to have it more marketability off of different content creators, I guess. But they don't seem to have the heart into it, I guess, and can sell the game differently than what was intended, I guess, which is sometimes can be kind of unfortunate. Where, like, for example, Shady Penguin at a given point in time also, played our game for a bit, streamed it for a little bit, has it on, I think, on his YouTube channel still, but he stopped playing because of some very unfortunate things that happened in between there for him. but it is what it is. it is. It
Yeah.
is. It is indeed what it is. But then I get it. I get it. But what about the changes that they've made recently, on their Twitter or on their Facebook? They're actually starting to talk to some of the players. Have you seen some of that?
You mean the big meme fest war that was literally the Gurgwit meme go like, stop, shut up, and we're not going to get rid of him. You guys need to stop complaining because this Corgi butt tells you otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What do you think of
Yeah.
that? What do you think about the interaction that Bush Road now has with some of the player base?
I think that it's a good start in the right direction because right now the game can either lean left or right with this overdress announcement.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the scariest issue is right now. Depends on what happens. Right now, like I've noticed the trend is a lot of people are switching over to Digimon from Vanguard, which isn't wrong. I don't disagree with that because again, the big unknown is overdress if they're going to reboot it. I was like, guys, if you want to move, like I've said this many times, what do I do? If we go, should I dive into Digimon and quit Vanguard? I'm like, no, just again, pick one clan because again, you don't get support almost every single week with that monthly, and just stick with that, upgrade it. It won't cost you as much, and you still, if you don't want to continue Digimon, you can always come back and still have the option to play. Again, there's no wrong to playing multiple card games as long as you know how to handle and micromanage yourself. And by the looks of it, decks are starting to be at this power level where they don't just skip this and you need to keep buying the new stuff. Like some decks are still just coming up to staying level and they can still do stuff.
Yep. Yeah, true. I get the sentiment because there's a whole slew of decks that at the time were not meta relevant or competitively viable, but they've just gotten like 1 or 2 cards of support or something, and now they're completely competitive. And other decks that were strong for like a 4 or 5 months still remain strong for about 4 or 5 months. So there's a bit of longevity in a lot of the decks that are currently being driven in Vanguard. So I agree with that, Kyle. That's a very good assessment. I like that. So, let's talk a little bit about the future of the game, because now you've mentioned a little bit of your own apprehensions at the overdress. What are some of your hopes that you have for overdress? What's your hope?
I hope that they don't reboot, as everyone is skeptically afraid, but that's because a lot of big names have put on like, oh, they might do a reboot again, and that's puts in this mass hysteria again with people. And I'm not saying that if they do, but they will. But who knows what Bushiroad's thinking, because again, we still have zero knowledge on this. And it's like the anime ended and you guys are like, shh, keep it in the box. Let's keep it like Xehanort's box, okay? The Kingdom Hearts box that,
Did
that
you see
they
any
keep
of the anime actually?
I watched everything up till they did If. I watched the first episode of If, and then I stopped.
if it was not your cup of tea, I guess.
No, I just didn't have time to watch it, and I started watching random segments when it was just a funny meme to watch. But outside of that, I was just not interested in Overdress.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so Kyle, I'd like to thank you for taking out your time again. It has been an honor being able to give you an interview, and I hope that you have a great and happy holidays.
Of course. And I hope so you do as well, because again, we gotta all stick together and enjoy spending time with family, especially around this time that you might not be able to see your relatives. Make sure you guys at least try to show the elderly people in your family life how to use tech to be able to stay in contact, because they need it more than anybody else around this time.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
I was gonna ask you if there's any other parting words, but I feel that those are some actually pretty good ones. But if you want to add anything else, do you want to plug yourself? Do all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Because of course we're gonna do it too. Anyway.
Of course. Remember, guys, we don't grow without supporting your smaller streamers. Always smash that like button. Give them some positive feedback. Don't just bash them down to oblivion. They don't need that. People need to be lifted up a little bit and understand that, hey, you're doing what needs to be right, needs to fix, and everything like that. So remember to support them, give them positive feedback, and always remember to like, comment, and subscribe. This is RideMyAvatar.
And this has been JJ from Crossing the Meta. And until next time, happy holidays, everybody.